Hello, my friends. Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works Man Cave. Feel like I run marathons. I do. I just feel like this barely came together. Did you ever hear it's not easy being me? It's not. I've got a half dozen seldom seen songs picked out. These are some of my very favorite songs. A couple of these, you might call them challenge songs. They're a little more complicated than just your straight three or even four chords. Some of them have a little more than that. Unusual, maybe arrangements. Unusual arrangements is a big part of a lot of this. As I've said before, the arrangement of a song really makes the song. You can take a mediocre song, and if you arrange it correctly and do the right things at the right time, which I'm not even pretending to say that that's what I do, but if you can do that, you can take a mediocre song and turn it into something really special. And all these songs I've picked out, I think, are very well written, so they're pretty special on their own right anyway, but the arrangement, I think, is, and I'm using the arrangement that, Seldom Seen put together primarily. Maybe my own little touches here and there, just mostly because I can't do what they did. I've caught my breath. Before I forget, just want to make sure I mention it. We will not have a vlog tomorrow, just so you know. I will be headed to Illinois to pick up the boys, meet them halfway at about Effingham, Illinois, somewhere in there, and bring them back to the farm. They're going to spend a week, I think, for spring break. We're going to start off with one you've heard me do before. It's called I'd Rather Live by the Side of the Road. And this is a really cool tune, I think. If the whole world would take the advice in this song, it sure would be a whole lot better place. It's in the key of G. It's 1-4-5. There is a 2 in it, and there is a 6 minor. So you might even think of this one as a challenge song, but this one's really not too difficult. The chord changes and everything are relatively easy. Not a real tough arrangement. So it's 1-4-5, G, C, D. It'll have a 2 in it and a 6 minor. So that's your E minor. Here we go. There are people who would rather live in mansions, people who would rather live abroad, people who would trade God's promise for the glories to hold. There are people who would rather live in splendor and brag about their silver and their gold. But I'd rather have a little log cabin by the side of the road. I'd rather live by the side of the road and try to point souls to their blessed abode than to be a king or a millionaire and live in a mansion in bright array. I'd rather do a neighborly deed for a traveler here or a friend in need. I'd rather live, here's the minor, by the side of the road and help some pilgrim along life's way. Well, I'd rather have a cabin by the roadside where the pilgrimage of man is passing by and help to point some soul to Jesus in that city on high. Every day I want to help scatter roses. Every night I want my lamp to shine abroad with a welcome from a little bay window by the side of the road. I'd rather live by the side of the road and try to point souls to their blessed abode than to be a king or a millionaire affection in bright array. I'd rather do a neighborly deed for a traveler here or a friend in need. I'd rather live by the side of the road and help some pilgrim along life's way, and help some pilgrim along life's way. Albert E. Brumley, I believe, wrote that song. I'm trying to see my guide here to see if I'm overdriving maybe. If I'm overdriving, just let me know. You can't really tell. Dottie says, I love that song, rather live by the side of the road. Well done, Jerry. Thank you. And there's Michael 2X says, hey, Rosa Meister. I say, hey, back to you, Gomer. Listen, that's sustained. Goes on forever. Hickory Wind. I think this is a hippie tune that the Seldom scene did. They incorporated all kinds of music into bluegrass. That's what I really liked about the Seldom scene. They were super creative and brought in all kinds of different genres of music, kind of like the Country Gentlemen. You know, the Country Gentlemen were just about as country as they could be and just about as bluegrass as they could be. But they brought in all kinds of different kinds of material into bluegrass and did it fairly traditional style, yet it was more modern sounding music. Just cool the way different groups do that, and Seldom Scene was very well known for it. John Duffy, his crazy tenor singing just was killer. I have to admit it's an acquired taste because it's different and it doesn't quite sound perfect all the time, but it's on purpose and it's the way he did it, and it was cool. I just thought it was cool. He did what he did, and he said, if you don't like it, go somewhere else. But they were a very popular band. So here's Hickory Wind, or my version of it. This one is just GCD. I don't think there's anything else in this. And the trick of this song is, again, the chord changes back and forth a lot. But G, C, and D is really all it is. And I'll give you my best version of it here if I can. In South Carolina, there are many tall pines. I remember the oak tree that we used to climb. But whenever I want you, I always pretend that I'm getting the feel of the hickory wind. I started out younger and had most everything, all the riches and pleasures. What else could life bring? But it makes me feel better each time it begins, calling me home to the hickory wind. Messed up. I'll just go back into it. It's a hard thing to find out that trouble is real in a faraway city far away feeling, but it makes me feel better each time it begins, calling me home through the hickory wind. And now when I'm lonely, I always pretend that I'm getting the feel of the hickory wind. Well, that wasn't my best version of that song. I got through it. And at least it's enough that maybe if you were trying to learn it, you should be able to learn it from that and improve upon it. You got a lot of room for improvement on that one there. You won't have to try very hard at all. I let my mind wander is really what was happening there. I started thinking, because it's such an easy song, my mind tends to wander. I started thinking that I forgot to tell you guys that we didn't have our accompaniment here tonight. The fellow I mentioned on the vlog today, who is staying at the Airbnb, didn't get back from the base. Apparently he came down here, or he's staying here to I don't know, to attend or be at the Fort Leonard Wood, I don't know what you call that, Army base, I guess. Anyway, that's where he's at, and he didn't make it back in time. But I am going to give him a shop tour in the morning, and that's about as good as it's going to get for him. I was hoping he'd be here, and we could have featured him on a song or two. I don't know, honestly, much about this next song as far as where it came from or anything. I just heard Seldom Seen do it, and I always did like it. I used to do it in the key of F, and I think I will, because I'm going to try it again tonight in F. It's a little high there. But it modulates into G, and it'll be an easier transition for you if you aren't familiar. But it's just 1, 4, 5. I don't even think there's any 2s in this one. But it will modulate. Now, modulate means it steps up in pitch. It's going to jump, and generally when a song modulates, it goes up a full step, I guess you'd call it. I don't know the right terms on this stuff. I'm guessing on all this. So I think of it as just moving up 2 frets. That's the way I think of it on the mandolin. It's like, in other words, if I'm at F, I move up, that would be F sharp, and then there's G. So there's, 2 frets up to me. That's the way I think of it. However you prefer to think of it, and if you want to know or if you want to spout the technical side of it in the comments, just feel free. It'll just go right over the top here. Anyway, we're going to be in the key of F. Dreaming of a Little Cabin is what it's called. And I started off with this little, this is another one where I kind of copy John Duffy a little bit, but don't even think this is close to John Duffy. He did something much better than this. And especially now with the arthritis, I'm not sure I can do it at all. In dreams of yesterday, I wander back to my little cabin door. I stroll beside an old rock garden. I saw familiar scenes once more. I heard the organ softly playing. The music came so sweet and low. And I heard my mother sweetly singing, as oft she did so long ago. She sang about the Rock of Ages, silver threads among the gold. She told me once again of Jesus within our little cabin door. She opened up a faded Bible where the family records used to be. And I knew it was the same sweet mother who years ago had cradled me. I was dreaming of a little cabin when I heard someone call my name. I turned and saw a sweet old lady, and it seemed I was a child again. She gently put her arms around me, and she kissed her little boy once more. And I knew it was the same sweet mother who had kissed me many times before. Got that close. What happened was my pick started slipping out of my hand and I couldn't pick the strings. Doggone it. I don't usually have that happen. That doesn't usually happen, but either I got too relaxed or you guys just made me really nervous. One of the two. I don't know what happened. Anyway, it slipped out and then I couldn't pick it and then I got all messed up. But stuff happens, you know. All right, well, that was Dreaming of a Little Cabin. And let's see, Small Exception of Me. Now here's another example where they brought in a different kind of music into bluegrass. Small Exception of Me was a Dean Martin song of all things. And Beverly and I usually do this as a duet. Her, of course, singing the hard part, the tenor part, or the harmony tenor, I guess you'd call it. But anyway, I'll see if I can get through this one. This one, I believe, okay, this one does have a 2 minor in it. So it's 1-4-5, G, C, D, and I believe it's the only other chord is a 2 minor. It's your A minor. I'll see if I can get through it, especially with, you know, when you change your arrangement, that makes it tough to do the song too. So without having Beverly here to help me on this one, it might make it tough. Everybody knows you're leaving me for good. Everybody tells me now they knew you would. And it was a well-known secret I just couldn't see. And the whole world knew, with the small exception of me. Everybody knows we cried our final tear. Everybody knows we wasted all these years. And long ago they said I'd have to set you free. And the whole world knew, with the small exception of me. With the small exception of me, the world is wide. With the small exception of me, there's no surprise. Ain't it funny how that I could be so blind? Funny when it's out of sight, it's out of mind. But now the truth has dawned, and it's plain enough to see that the whole world knew, with the small exception of me. Yeah, the whole world knew, with the small exception of me. Even with big lungs, that's hard to sing. That's a whole long note there to hold out. If you don't get your breath well enough, it's really tough. I knew where David was going with that one there, that last one. He just poked in there. All right, this next one is another creative tune. I don't know at all where this came from. It's called The Champion, and it's about a rodeo cowboy, but you never know whether he rode broncs or bulls. It doesn't say in the song, but you kind of imagine it was bulls, but you don't know for sure. It could have been broncs. So it's called The Champion. Now this one gets a little bit on the tricky side. In fact, it gets real tricky when you got to sing it. And I guess that's me. I have to sing it. So, but the tricky part on the singing is that the choruses modulate to A. And then we actually play a little riff in A, and then we drop back down to G. And let me tell you something, that ain't easy to do when you've just been singing an A to drop back down to G and start singing again. So my arrangement has a very slight pause there to let my brain settle or whatever so I can come back in on the G. It's not easy to do. Also, the rest of it's fairly straightforward if you can catch the G to the A, like the chorus jumps right to A. So it's the song is played in G, and then the chorus is played in A. And it's just 1, 4, 5, I think. There might be a 2 in this, but I don't recall. I don't think there's any minors. I think that's it. I think it's just 1, 4, 5, but you play it in 2 different keys. Here we go. My old hometown turned out today when I came in from winning that big prize far away. And as I gaze out on that crowd, my old friends are cheering, and man, I sure feel proud of all the crazy rows to hoe. I chose to ride the rodeo to the top of the world. And now they're calling me a star, and they're asking my opinion of how I got so far. And I tell them, hold on tight, you gotta ride 'em right. Don't let them ever throw you down. You've got to win somehow. They're yelling, ride 'em, cowboy, you're on the top, and you can't stop now. No, you can't stop now. It's evening and I'm feeling like I'm lost inside some dream. The girl I love, she's not around. Well, I guess this motel living finally got her down. But my ambition made me go. And tomorrow there's another show with a cash and a crowd. And they're yelling, hold on tight. You've got to ride 'em right. Don't let them ever throw you down. And you've got to win somehow. They're yelling, ride 'em, cowboy. You're on the top and you can't stop now. No, you can't stop now. Could have been a little smoother. My pause there was a little more of a pregnant pause this time than normal. I actually waited a hair longer than I normally do, but it's just the getting old thing and all that. That's all it is. If I had had the whole band here to keep me in time on that, I probably wouldn't have had that extra pause there. But anyway, it just is what it is. That'll give you at least an idea how the song goes and how you could arrange it if you think that's a good song. I just think it's a great song myself. I like it especially because it does that changing back and forth in the key. I mean, not every song does something like that, and I like unique songs. You probably didn't know that, though, did you? Okay. Speaking of unique, this one writes a whole new book on it. We're going to go to A minor. Now, I say it's in A minor. Somebody that knows something about music may say this song's actually in a different key. I don't know that. All I know is I call it A minor because that's where we start. For me, that's the rule of music, is whatever key you start and end in, that's the key you're playing it in. But anyway, so this is in the A minor. Now, this is a hard progression. It goes A minor, F, C, E, A minor, F, C, E, A minor, F, C, C, E, A minor. So that's the verses. This is called Brother John, by the way. I didn't tell you that. It's A minor, Brother John. But then the chorus just blows you out of the water because it jumps straight to a D dog. It goes like this. Trouble on earth is ending. And it goes back to the D. All my sorrows soon will be gone. Up to that E. So the D only comes in right at the first beat of the chorus, right on the first words of the chorus each time. That was weird. My case over there just jumped shut. Bob's out here walking around again. Doggone him anyway. All right. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. It's in A minor, F, C, E. Brother John is a poor, hard-working man. His life was hard, but he does the best he can. He prays to God just to thank him for his bread and the roof over his head. Brother John, he lost his wife when fever came around, a gentle girl. Oh, we laid her in the ground, she was his life, and her dying hit him hard till he heard the voice of God. Brother John, trouble on earth is ending. All my sorrows calling you home now, Brother John. I messed up. Late one day, he was working in the field, the sun was low, and the earth was cool and still. He heard his wife calling, come join me now, and he fell beside his plow. Brother John, trouble on earth is ending, all your sorrows soon will be gone. You were a good man, you did all you could, and they're calling you home now, Brother John. Trouble on earth is ending, all your sorrows soon will be gone. You're a good man, you did all you could, and they're calling you home now, Brother John. Which is weird because they ended on a straight A. I don't know why they chose to do that, but that's what they chose to do. So that last little bit there goes A minor, A. That's just what they did. I copied what they did. Or tried to. Tried is the operative word here. I tried to copy what they did. Well, let's see here. Let's get into the comments a little bit and see what's going on. Oh, my goodness. Slide up to the top and start at the top here. It looks like the first one I see is Ronald Todd. It says, good evening, Jerry and everyone from the West Banks of New Jersey. Then 49er 616 says, Jerry, could you do From Where I Stand? Can I is the right question. Not will you, but can I? In the C of keys on this one, C, F, and G, and there is a D in this, which would be your 2 chord. Here we go. This is a song I wrote. Started writing it when I was 18, finished it when I was 48. I had intentions of sending it to Marty Robbins when I was 18, but by the time I finished it when I was 48, that didn't make any sense anymore because he's already dead. Here we go. From where I stand, I can see all the lights of the city. For one man to love one woman so much, it's a pity. From where I stand, I can see the cantina she goes to, where she's not supposed to, but goes anyway. From where I stand, I can hear the music and laughter. Camilla tells me that's what her young heart is after, but I see it differently. I see her there with the man. Camilla is lying, I see it from where I stand. From where I stand, I can see the smiles on their faces. The music plays on as I watch their tender embraces. From where I stand, I can see her dress as it's swaying. seems to be waving goodbye to me. From where I stand, I can hear the music and laughter. Camilla tells me that's what her young heart is after. But I see it differently. I see her there with a man. Camilla's lying, I see it from where I stand. Camilla is lying, I see it from where I stand. I got through it, I think. Don't think I messed it up too bad. Let's see. Thank you there, 49er 616. Joe Everett, here to watch and listen. Well, that's just fine. I'm glad you're here. I hope you heard something that was worth hearing. Dottie Hildebrand, hello everyone. And then she says, I love that song, rather live by the side of the road. Yeah, that's a great song. It really is. If we just live our lives according to that, just think how wonderful this world would be. I mean, just that simple. There's nothing to it even. It's just simple. Just help one another out. Just be there by the side of the road in case somebody needs a hand. That's all you have to do. Michael 2X says, hey, Rosa Meister. Mac Wiseman covered that. Yeah, he did. I never heard his version of it, believe it or not. And people, every time I do that song, that's a Mac Wiseman song. Well, might be, but I heard it from Seldom Seen. It's on the Seldom Seen Baptizing album. Seldom Seen, they're just one of my very, very, very favorite groups. And he's Michael 2X talks about they killed it on Wait a Minute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't. Well, I think Bill Pilliard does that a little bit. I have never gotten into that tune. I love it. I think it's great. I just never got into it to where I could do that one. Dottie says, what a beautiful song. Well done, Jerry. Hickory Wind. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Gino Hitch. Hi, Jerry and friends. I'm here. Let her rip. Let her rip, tater chip. Let's see, Mandolin 1944. It's good to see you there again. Jerry, I don't think of Hickory Wind as a hippie song. It was written by Graham Parsons. Well, who else was he but a hippie? Emmylou Harris was his girlfriend, and she was more or less a hippie at the time too. And it was part of Western rock, country, bluegrass scene. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I agree, but wasn't he with the Byrds or something? Graham Parsons? I don't know. I don't have any reason to even think I know something about that because I don't know anything about that. So there you go. But anyway, it kind of came from the genre of the hippie time, or it came from the time, I should say, of the hippies. Whether it was or it wasn't. And more than likely you're correct and I'm wrong because I never get any of that stuff right. Dottie Hillbrand says, my donation is on PayPal. Well, thank you very kindly, Dottie. I appreciate it very much. And if y'all want to support me, you can do that by just going into PayPal and you just say send a donation or money by email. And my email is rosastringworks@gmail.com. Or another option is you can click on the super chat button there, that $ button, and you can make a donation right here live if you want to. Gino Hitch says, Jerry, it sounds perfect. Well, thank you. Thank you for the very lax perfection standards. Gino Hitch says, where is everyone? I don't know. I hope everyone's here. Joe Cool says, have a pleasant evening listening to music, everyone. There's Bonita Drager. Yeah. Jerry, have the Airbnb guests do a song or two with you and record them for the vlog on Monday. He's leaving early in the morning, so I don't think that's going to happen, but it would have been cool. it would have been cool. And you never know. It might still happen. It's a possibility. You just never know. It's a good idea, actually, Benita. And if it works out, I'll do that. It's an idea I hadn't thought of, so I'm glad you said that. Dottie, sounding great tonight. Make that mandolin talk. Well, thank you. I'm not too good at making it talk anymore. I just can't hardly get through it. Kim 77 says hello from Arizona. And Don Nice says, hi, Jerry and friends. I was wondering if Cash is there. Cash will be here, I think, next week, right? Because the band will be here next week. Isn't that the end? The last Thursday of the month. So the band's going to be here on the last Thursday of the month, and Cash is going to play the halftime show. And maybe Cambry will be with him. I'm not sure about that, but I hope she comes too. David Tharp says, don't pick it. It'll never heal. And then Dottie says, ha ha, David. And then Dottie says, Don, I don't think Cash is there, but will be when the concert happens. Yeah, he's going to be here the night of the band. And then David says, you can pick, I knew where he was going with this one. You can pick a mandolin, you can also pick your friends, and you can even pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Guy Smith says, Judy and I are enjoying the music. Keep up the good work. Tony Smith. Oh, there you go, Tony. I'm glad you're there. Well, I might see Tony tomorrow night at the jam at the... Yeah, Tony, I wish you hadn't even said it now because I can't think of the darn place. The Houston House in Newburgh. I can't think of names. That's my problem. But tomorrow evening, the Houston House in downtown Newburgh, the great big city of downtown Newburgh, which it's got, I think, maybe 3 or 4 taverns and 2 or 3 churches, and that's pretty much the whole town. And anyway, it's not hard to find because it's right along the railroad tracks there. It's called the Houston House. We'll get started there about probably early, be around 6 to 6:30 when it actually starts. So if you can make it tomorrow evening, that would be great. And I kind of think Tony will be there based on his text today. I hope he will. Hope he's feeling better. Tony, if you all remember, Tony is our fiddle player, but he's been playing fiddle with us, a few times, and we really enjoy his picking. I mean, he's really good. And he's had some major surgery, it sounds like, some skin cancer surgery. So I hope I'm not telling too much on you there, Tony, but you can put Tony in your prayers there. It sounds like he's doing better, though, because he may come out to the jam tomorrow night. Then let's see, 49er 616 says, you knocked her out of the park, Jerry. Well, thank you. I guess that's West Virginia Gary there. Then Dottie says, first time I've ever heard this song, Jerry is doing great tonight. Okay, I'm not sure which one that one was. Doggone it, I've lost my place. Okay, I think I found it again. Then Dottie says, I sure do love Brother John. Yeah, that's a great song. Brother John, it's just killer. It's also killer hard to do. It takes a while to get a band up to speed on that song. It's not the easiest song. It's mostly the arrangement. I mean, the chord changes are tough too because it changes just about every beat. It's in some places. And then let's see, David Tharp has got a message retracted. And then Scott Roberts says, oh, Brother John, where art thou? Yeah, let's see, David Tharp, on those unique songs, unique up on them. And on the tame songs, you play the tame way, unique up on them. West Virginia Gary says, good evening, the joke man David Tharp. Yep. And then Don Nice, Jerry, the mirror song would be great. Okay, Don Nice. And if you happen to be new and don't know this song, it's my most recent song that I wrote. Some people call it sad. I just call it reality. I was looking in the mirror when I wrote this one, or when I started to write this one. When I look in the mirror, I see the old man there, and he doesn't look like me. He's got too much gray hair. And then my mind drifts back to 1963, when my brother and I built our first house up in those sassafras trees. And then I look in that mirror, and I see the old man there, but he doesn't look like me, and he seems so unaware. I'm back in 1983. We've got a new house now, and our family is complete. But then I look in the mirror, and I see the old man there. He doesn't look like me. It's almost too much to bear. And next came the change of the century, and we live on a farm now, and I'm a retiree. But then I look in that mirror, and I see the old man there. I don't know what to say, but I know it just ain't fair. Now I find myself in that present day. You've got gray in your hair. I guess time has made it that way. But then I look in the mirror, and it slowly dawns on me that we've had a good life as God meant it to be. And then I look in that mirror. Can you hear that sustain? I didn't even hit it hard. Anyway, thank you for that request there, Don Nice. Yeah, that song's starting to hit a little too close to home. Let's see. West Virginia Gary says, thank you, Jerry. A great song, young man. Well, thank you. Scott Roberts says, maybe you should try to get that song to Marty's son, Robbie. He would do a great job on it. Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, I should. I really should. Maybe it might be his biggest hit. You just never know. You don't know till you don't know what you don't know till you don't know it. And I don't know it right now. Let's see. Bill Mumbo. Hiya, folks. And then Scott Roberts. Don't let the old man in. Yeah, it's similar to that. It does have a little bit of similarity. It's not the same tune or anything. But it's similar in thought. Bill Mumbo. David Tharp. Another episode of the Shed of Dreams Gretsch build was posted tonight. Okay. Let's see. David Tharp. Yes, Bill, I already saw it. Okay. Don Nice. I like that song. I think Jerry does to because he never lets me down. Well, thank you. Bill Mumbo, I hoped you subscribed. Okay, let's see. They're talking about the other fella. Okay. Well, there you go. I guess that's going to be it, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. I hope we did something you enjoyed. I just think the Seldom scene was one of the finest bluegrass bands ever. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea because they weren't hardline traditional, but they could do the hardline traditional as well, and they did that. They did that sometimes. I got to talk to Ben Eldridge and I don't know, the fella that Lou Reed. He kind of took. I don't know exactly whose place you would say he took. I guess he took John Duffy's place. But anyway, I got to talk to him and Lou Reed, and it seemed like there was one other one. Oh, the new guy that. I know his name, I just can't think of it. But anyway, there was 3 of them one night, and I got to talk to all 3 of them and talk about John Duffy and ask them questions about John and different things like that. It was just a lot of fun. It was just really a fun evening. Y'all take care. We will see you probably on Monday because there will be no vlog tomorrow. Take care.